So then prayers before the teachings, either on the screen in front of you here or else in the text on the desk. From the heart of the Saviour, 100 deities of Tashita, on the peak of a cloud resembling a clump of extremely white fresh curd, King of the Dharma, omniscient Losandrapa, please come here together with your sons. In the sky before me, an a lion-throned lotus and moon, my perfect pure Guru smiles with delight. Supreme field of merit from the mind of faith, please abide for 100 eons to spread the teachings. Your holy mind has the intelligence that understands the full extent of objects to be known. Your holy speech with its excellent explanations is renowned for those of good fortune. Your holy body is radiantly beautiful with glory renowned. To you who are meaningful to see, hear, and remember, I prostrate. Pleasing drinking water, various flowers, fragrant incenses, lights, scented waters, and so forth. Oceans of cloud-like offerings, both actually arranged and mentally emanated, I offer to you the supreme field of merit. Whatever non-virtue of body, speech, or mind, especially those opposite three vows that I've collected from beginningless time, I confess each and every one with fervent regret from my heart. You strove for much learning and practice in degenerate age and made your freedoms and richnesses meaningful by abandoning the eight worldly concerns. Saviour, we sincerely rejoice in your extensive deeds. Perfect, pure, holy gurus from billowing clouds of wisdom and compassion in the sky of the Dharmakaya, please let fall a rain of profound and extensive Dharma upon the receptacle of those to be subdued exactly as they need. May whatever virtue I've collected benefit the teaching of all transmigrating beings, and in particular may it cause the essence of perfect pure Losandrapa's teachings to shine forever. So then the mandala offering on page 5 in Tibet, following Tibetan phonetics. Sa shi po ki jo shi me tog Tamri Rabling Shi Ni De Gambadi Sangye Shingdu Ni De Owa Hidu Konam Dak Shing La Chupashog. By the merits of I offered this mandala to the Lama Tsongkhapa and his two sons, may I, my family members, and all sending beings be able to meet, practice, actualize teachers of the victorious one, Losandrapa, who had the morality of an eminently pure way of life, was courageous in the extensive conduct of the sons of the victorious ones, and accomplished the yoga's two stages of supreme bliss and emptiness. Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kamiya Tayami. By the force of having fervently requested in this way, hollow beams of white light are emitted from the hearts of the perfect pure Father and Sons, and combining into one into my crown, white nectar, the colour of milk, flows from the opening of the tube of white light, cleansing all my sicknesses, spirit harms, negative karmas, obscurations, their imprints without exception. My body becomes as pure and clear as crystal. And then across to page 8, we recite this 5-line Migmezewe 3 times. Migmezewe te genrezi, dreame kempe wampo jumpa yan, dumo palu jongwe sangwe dan, kanchen tembenzen kanzon kapa, lozandra ble sabla so wade. Migmezewe te genrezi, dreame kempe wampo jumpa yan, Dumo palu jongwe sangwe dan, kanchen tempen kan song kapa, lozandra ble sabla so wade, mi meze we te genre si, dreame kempe wampo jumpa yang, dumo palu jongwe sangwe dan, kanchen tempen kan song kapa, lozandra ble sabla so wade. And then over the page, the prayer for the swift return of Lama Zopa Rinpoche. Peerless teacher and assembly of children, victorious ones, Sravakras, Pratyeka Buddhas, victorious Losam, father and sons, along with the lineage masters, all the objects of refuge, infinite lands, please bestow the virtue and goodness to accomplish this prayer here and now. Holding and spreading the Muni's precious and complete teachings through explanation and practice, We wore the armor of patience that is never discouraged. Incomparable, venerable Guru, to you I make a request. While striving single-pointedly for the sake of Victoria's one's teachings, the sole gateway through which all benefit and happiness emerge, and from other living beings, you suddenly departed to peace. What a great loss. Nevertheless, through the undeceiving truth, those blessings of the ocean, the three jewels, and the great waves of bodhicitta of the children of the victorious ones, may the smile of reincarnation swiftly beam in glory for fortunate disciples.
Sanje Chodang Soji Chonumla Chancho Pardo Dane Japsun Che Dagi Chushi Jebonda Dag Rolam Benje Sanjin Drupara Sho Sanje Chodang Soji Chonumla Chancho Pardo Dane Japsun Che Dagi Chushi Jebonda Dag Rolam Benje Sanjin Drupara Sho Sanje Chodang Soji Chonumla Chancho Pardo Dane Japsun Dagi Chushi Jevanda Dagi Ndalam Sanjin Drubar Sho Kangi Tuzini Zone Tawatam Jepambi Cher Tambichun Tenze Kodam Tela Chanselo Namo Lai Kedam Ladano Zeki Trivanda Mi Kenam Dando Kunji Janu Chizamba Tamji Kirdu Dag Chedin To. Good morning, everyone. Shopatili. It is children.
Good morning. 1, 2, 3.
Yep. Sapasang langan mixing judges kimewanza. Ani anzo kodor che ando jere dosra. Jaran so mixing ji dit tolangal ji. Kodo chona samsung mixing judges tindio na ngal lavro chis ra ngal titone Geshe shenan jaran so this pento sigro.
So on Friday sessions, we usually do not have a specific topic. So therefore, if you have anything in your mind, any topic that you would like to kind of discuss, then kindly let me know and we can discuss on that particular topic.
You have? Okay.
Thank you. Hello. I came last to your last discourse, and one of the things you said there was that really the essential ingredient is the love and devotion. Progress. How do you develop that? How do you encourage that love and devotion?
Siushas.
Also, and the Quran, the chitin chigni chila del Javin Servaga. And the capsula, Dingo the chitin chigni chila Quran di Javin sa chutola. And then think of something like Garsung Senat now Jig Chamsit Ninjita, the Tebajura, and the TK Champo in Dankol, the Sungudus, Chesata Ninjita Teba Jongtan, the country mythology, Sundanasa.
Yeah. Shembatsuki.
Are there any other topics that you like to discuss?
Yeah. Oh, quality. Yeah.
Just a very, very short question or topic. Just moving on from grief and loss in your life. What are the mechanisms and ways that are espoused for letting go of the past and being able to move on and in a very positive and constructive way going forward?
Tanda 그런 그렇게 들으시 먼저 미스나발라 참리 직선나발라 교동 쪽인데 몽블레 지역으로 앞에나 미 총발 소소긴 대유지 총발라 소바다 아니 야 미스나발라 그샤들이 좀 비kapsla 미스나발라 직 여바다보다 교동 되게 주심부 용해시도 되게 용 비kapsla 아니 디라 동네치다 간데 여르베 다디 데바디 잡라샤지 인디큐 지역에다 tikkalawsh tablam sanshit with the kariyunas.
Ada. No. Ya. Kenyi gonsul pe yahudo sra. Kenyi gonsul zitangazu mesegi chik gyundeng nanglola ya samlo tangwa ya chik. Tamamuji jondar chegi yo marmado, jondar che shingi yo marmado, jondar che goya ki. Che nanganzu mese nanglola ya pendo yo diwi, ra. Ani neden chigana ya karswa ta chik kecha ling tuk songa sra.
So I think both of these questions or topics that we are supposed to discuss are really important and very relevant in our day-to-day life. And in many occasions, we may fail to kind of reflect upon these topics, but somehow they are very relevant and kind of important to discuss these topics.
Pena charan tambo chamze kol songre. Shindun ta kechewa. Ye nganzu ra. Mise nanglola ya. Hajangi kene jingi. Ani karswa da. Chik chagi yoras ra. Ani chamze sengin nganzu mise nanglola ya. Me tameki chaging kecheshu chik chagi yoras. Di yoba diang. Penta nganroji na. Ledam malum senamandu. Ani chik gewishinyi ta samgi mekeba pena ta papa chenris ngo tangansu ani pechik namba sangi wachik pegi nandi pegi chusu ngonen zingin jingba na ani papa chenris di ani tsevi chamzi yes di pe mil su chendeba di ani gyawarmuchi chagi yores ani gyawarmuchi ku ngu dunla ya ani chamze labsha deta longu chuta kashi girinla ya nyaya kogob chong yorosra tinza ditola kana kanzam gyudochi ani sorwachi tende yores tanganzola ra yores
So first, if you talk about love and devotion, particularly love, this is something that is really important and relevant and indispensable in our life. And for instance, in my own case, I had the fortune to kind of study about this topic and listening to teachings about this topic from various great masters, many great masters, and particularly if you're a follower of Tibetan Buddhism, then we consider Avalokiteshvara as the deity of compassion, and His Holiness is the human form or the human representation of Avalokiteshvara, the deity of compassion. And I had the good fortune to listen to his teachings over the past many decades about this. So definitely because of this, good fortune, we do have some familiarity, or rather have some kind of understanding about the relevance and the importance of love in our daily basis.
teni chok chik ni gen chik la ya chidang an zambali nangwa la ya chik lobjong draman ra che yor wasira lobjong tsen thombu dindi gyun rumbu dindi zanda chung nyu tani ya ya ro tani pe mbong ba ani chele be lakher che che zambali nangwa la ya keta jingi lobjong dindi che yor wasira ndazum ta chik mang che jik ani chik chuche da ani chik tendu gi tsenri da ani chik chung ani zambaling yakab timla soba ani dindila lobjong chen rogyo rasra nganzu mezenang lo la lo chukchik chugni ni gotsu ni ani lobjong cheya gotsu tsuwa yinsra gotsu tanda bardu ta lo ngabchi lak rinla ya ani lobjong joshi dawadi semgam rigbe tol ya di nani chamba dang tsewa ani chik sherab singi di ani tsu joji tsu la ya yoris lom singi joji tsu di ta tsu jaya di dishi la shachin ani kali shu gya yoris di jaya gi pigi jaya shi lom sin diyang ani tsu di sanji chom den di ron zambali nang la ya ngunni gi chik ani riks manchi bigi socha tsama la ya chamzi gogri song dengi di tenpa shaki toba konchaga yorasra. Nanzu ching roa mila ya chamze goya tang. Ya chik socha rikashi la chamze goya songi mambu yorabda. Ina ya chik socha tsamalo la ya pachi ondi roa rituk saya cheche. Roa rituka la ya chik chamze tatsu di chikba goya di chanyam goya songi di tenpa shaki toba kona chaga yoras. Kongi labsha ani tsuwa shila shachi. 아니 디기 따지 제시에서는 만도 아니 디기 따 야갈 케비기 따조 페네 잠재기 라우자 시월라기 로 아니 시월라기 따 쫀죽라 소바 아니 공불루도 그런 센터로 소바니 따마 텔라 파비자비 아니 잠재 라우자티 실라샤지 안 다시 시원하지 따 야월무치라 소비 아니 기위신이 섬 김메케비 아니 샤블 또니 잠재기 랍샤티 간다시 냠슬랭구 위험에 코랑 옹 가리메 딕펜도 가리메 저런 쇼질라 롭종 치요 인제 강나 간섬 기치 아니 통자 퇴자 서로와 this 유로 왔다라
So if you look in the modern academic or modern scholarship, you can see that people can pursue various courses, various degrees in different disciplines, different fields. They could even study up to kind of PhD level, and even further, they can even do more about particular topics. So in such, modern day scholarship, the field of the inquiry or the field of study is kind of mostly related with technology. It could be technology, it could be business, or it could be law or any other discipline. People can kind of specialize in these kind of topics. But as far as I'm concerned, I have started studying my training when I was around 11 or 12 years old. And now till I'm 50, I've been continuing, studying and kind of reflecting upon these topics. And the kind of subject matter I've been studying is all about Buddhist psychology, mostly about the cultivation of loving kindness, cultivation of wisdom, the relevance, how to develop this, so on and so forth. So therefore, I've been really dedicated much of my time in pursuing a kind of studies related with Buddhist psychology, or rather the cultivation of positive states of mind. And all of these topics are really based on Buddha's teaching, where he essentially says that the entire sentient being is worthy of love and compassion. No one should be left behind from this kind of field or from the purview of our loving kindness. And in Buddhist teaching, he categorized all sentient beings into 6 different classes. And all these 6 different classes of sentient beings are equally deserving of our love and compassion. And not only Buddhist teaching, many other Indian scholars, Indian masters have equally elaborated on this topic. For instance, Shantideva's, Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life, or Nagarjuna's Precious Garland, and many other teachings. So all of these Indian treatises really, elucidate the importance, the relevance, the nature, the system of cultivating positive states of mind, particularly loving kindness and so on and so forth. And then if you think about our immediate time, His Holiness has often taught about importance and the relevance of loving kindness to us. So therefore, given the kind of, very good fortune of having some exposure to these topics, so I do have some kind of, understanding and experience related with the cultivation of mind and positive states of mind and so forth.
Teni tatanda dojin bayna ngazuta tsenriki katin shwata ro ani lomba kugyojila deba ina ya zambilingi netsu tsama nyentur lakdan zu chi gyawrumbu chigi kawala ya sonchu songu yo bayna ngazu kaptu kora nyentu dasra nyentu gres ani tanda pardo gyawrumbu chigi sonshaya mang cheji pi chadola duks ra pena gyawrumbu chigi ta lo nishu tsadang kongla ya ani lamram chemo songsha yuti ta karsawa chik telya densen nishu tsadang jito chadolda ti densen jin tangdiga kibu penda shoki yalan di tang sosu charo se pi dinangni ta rayonda kaddu ina ta gyawrumbu chigi chamtse di kecheshu di chamze imba di sungdo asra tanda gyawrumbu gonglo geshe kyagula peyore doncha takba peyile ya chadoni kalab nangores songju nangores nyamnyong kalab tos sungores kaddu ina chamze gi kechembu gi kalab meba di nimachi mundo as dindi gi samdawndi gyacha gyani gyatamba chamze di cheshundu kechembu imba di manzuta sorgdo asra chigni dire asra
So now, due to the advancement of science and technology, we have the facility to listen to the teachings of His Holiness online. Whenever he gives a teaching, we can, listen to the life of his teachings. And not only that, all of his teachings that he gave in the past are, available on the internet. So we can watch it anytime at our own convenience of time. So this is a wonderful opportunity to access to all the, precious teachings. In my own case, His Holiness has given the teaching on the great stages of the path to enlightenment. Some 20 years ago, we can still listen to this teaching now from internet. So usually whenever I, get up in the morning and when I'm, say, making a tea or something, I would listen to these teachings and I would find, huge kind of great inspiration from listening to these teachings. So, thanks to the such facilities, we have access to all these teachings, even if we are living in a very remote part of the world. So therefore, still His Holiness is now 89 years old, and occasionally he would give and interact with his devotees on a quite regular basis. So therefore, whenever we listen to his teachings, he would always emphasize the importance of love and compassion. So, so therefore, we can definitely kind of say that the love and compassion is not only relevant, it's really, really kind of important and inevitable in our life.
Dini kichimbu resadi pe yawarmuji sungundu se lawechigu mares. Yawarmuji kadunu sungundu dinza kichimbu resi gyunzen dichigu mares. Yawarmuji kichimbu imbi gyunzen sungures. Ra pandi shivala giya chamze di kichimbu imbata chamze jangubi gyunzen sungures. Gyunzen di namda ime di susu cheba cheshogorasra. 산지 좀 된 뒤가 잠복급이 균센 순거래 균센도 남다임에 소수제바 제적을했어 인생은 좀 미지그래 미 레버지여래 그 뒤돌아 싸움다니 아니 균센디 지 균센 양다바 인다 민디 난주 소소소기 제바 제니 때는 밥야 지그래도스라 디 로니 로 똑치 아니 지 비기다 초조 망부 냠도 아니 지 드롤린지 아니 소수 상로다 아니 키비 송지 두 지온디 오니 대다 키친부 레샤 선비 니버니에서도 땐데 용초사라 왔으라 미망불디 용구요레스다 간지
And of course, His Holiness has taught the importance of love and compassion, and many other Indian scholars, including Shantideva, has emphasized the importance of love and compassion. But the reason or about the importance of love and compassion is not limited to what simply because they have said so, but they have also said the reason behind importance and the relevance of love and compassion. So therefore, we should kind of use our own intelligence to analyze the reason behind, importance of love and compassion. And then, since we have the kind of intelligence or the faculty of intelligence, we should analyze ourselves, the reasons they set forth, whether they are true, whether they are valid. We should analyze ourselves. And then we should also engage in discussion with our own Dharma friends. And then we should also, kind of coupled that discussion with our own reflection. And then definitely we will come to a conclusion and reach to a point where we kind of experientially feel that love and compassion is essential in our life.
드니 저 야와르무지 찍을 갈sun 거랬을라운디 먼저 미기랑 신디 잠지기랑 신레샤스 됐은 거랬어 디 간스나 미 순르지긴 바는 맨날 춘중 공라야 아미 kok반의 여반이 있네 아니 아미 잠지기 초고야지 그러 아미 잠지 만다나 아니 보고도 초마도 얘기 내줄디 무여러 왔으라 마키에서비 제라야 아미 kok반이 키에서비 제라야 밤이 잠종지 매나 사돈도 마이 잠종지 매나 보고도 살롱 중아 패시 메시고 버려가지고 그러 개지 밤이 아니 잠경 싸워니는 맹인지 보고지 상호 총바이네야 보고디랑 시가 주부 소리다. 즉 차약이 년갑에 전부 열어왔어. 나 드니야 전부 차는 소소소 빼나 로쪽기 론이 소소소 깜베간 란토가 있나야. 소소라야 장부쟁이 세워쟁이 그게 딘디지 여봐이나. 야시자다 기부 열어왔어. 데니다 겐고 차원디 사도도 겐고 차원디 미생기 잠질 땡고도스라 잠질 생기 잠종 징이잖아 겐고디 기부여바다 맨나 켈간 르바이나 마기바 여바디 상물로 찍부찍자 연구여라스라 또 상다운디 미기란신디 잠지기란신레샤스 미 칸르지긴 바이나야 잠지 고도스 근데 미카시기 니마 딱봐베 tukbagyaya misseya pe socha shemba seya pe ani sevi le kyangya jedengi ji miji bane khole chambu chingi yona khode gagdo as 콜라 독자 증이지는 가금도 왔어. 디 카츠고 nganzu mi gi rangshin di chamzi gi rangshin but chen tu du kalab de songores so ngui ros tara ngui ros
And another important thing that His Holiness always emphasized is that he would always say that the basic human nature is compassionate. Um, so the point of saying the basic nature of human is compassionate is really to do with how we survive since we are in the mother's womb and at the stage of different developmental stages, and until we become a fully grown adult, we have to rely on the compassion and kindness of our mother. And if we are deprived of mother's love and compassion, we would simply, cannot survive. So therefore, at the early stages, early developmental stages, mother's love and compassion is essential for our own growth and survival. And not only that, at the adulthood, if we if we receive love and compassion from others, our life will be more colorful. Our life will be more kind of happier and meaningful. And when we get old, even at that stage, we have to rely on others' love and compassion. And if we receive love and compassion at that particular time, then of course that moment also would be even more meaningful and beautiful. So the point is that we if we receive love and compassion from others, if we live in an environment where we are surrounded by loving and caring people, our life will be more beautiful and our life will be more even meaningful. So which suggests that love and compassion is really crucial for our own survival and to lead a kind of happy life. So not only that, you might wonder that what about those people who are usually violent, who engages in many kind of destructive activities. So even such people, if they have a caring, they do also, if they have a caring and loving people around them, they would definitely prefer that. If they themselves might be violent, but if they have a caring people around them, they would feel happy about it. So the point is that all of us, not only love and compassion is required, but it would kind of somehow complement our life. It would make our life more meaningful and more kind of joyful to live. So the point is that these instances could suggest that the basic human nature is love and compassion, and love and compassion is truly essential for our life.
Yeah. Tini jigni daji ninji da chamba sedi karres laundi logic ngongres semjigi ta semse warata dindijigi chashijire was digi daji million zandangdo de kariyores laundi ani dunghar da chandugi somebody ninji da deva de dendugi somebody chambas 라 잠지기로디 딘디직도니 샤고 그레스 라 샤고 그레스 다디 디탐체려야 게어버데 가레스나 균생 가단스나 데버데버다 둥엄면 데번 송비처를 세기 균생 디톤이 두고요레스 라 nganzo 소소 레야 제와디 가레스나 소소야 된 소소 데와다 dendu ki somebody sosu le tsewa de rendo asa sosu dunghar da tandu ki somebody sosu le ninji chagdo asaro dinti ki somebody simjan tamjale ya kiyo gres 끼어 봐지레스 간선 탐지 란다 자와 대버대버다 둥가면 되고 총비처럼세 윤선 디권다 송구여레스
And now, if we discuss about then what is love and compassion, what is love, what is compassion, that is so important in our life. And love and compassion is a state of mind, is a, kind of part of mind. And, a mind that wishes may all sentient beings are free of suffering. This kind of state of mind is called compassion. And if you wish that may all sentient beings are endowed with happiness, then this state of mind is called compassion. So basically, both love and compassion is a state of mind. And then if you could also apply this with yourself as well, because if you think that may I, may I be free from all sufferings, this is kind of somehow like self compassion. And then if you feel like may I, endowed with all happiness, then this is kind of self love. So similarly, we could also apply this to all sentient beings. And the reason is that all the sentient beings have the equal rights. Not only we all equally want happiness and do not want suffering, we all have equal right to kind of pursue that aspiration. So since we all are equal in wanting happiness and do not want suffering, so therefore we should include all sentient beings in the field or the focus of our love and compassion.
이래변나 마치글이야 부지기여봐나 부춘주들 제와 쇼지 용거라서 디제위 somebody 간다지면다 부텔이야 둥할 캅세 섬이야 마존은 삼비기 삼바치 차거레스 저 부티 데부다 부티 기부 중요 거이나 마디 부티 체도 가리나 려단 투야지 저 제위 somebody 딘디저레스 딘디 제와디 심장 탐지를 끼워봐지 끼에 쳐야지 딘디지 차거레스 딘디지 뭐에 내서 딘디지 차거레스
Yes. And if you kind of, reflect about a kind of love and compassion of a mother towards her kind of a single child, the strength of love and compassion towards the single child is so immense that she is ready to sacrifice everything for the well-being of her child, or her only child. So she would not want even the slightest of suffering for her child. So kind of that strength of emotional, that strength of love and compassion could be applied to all sentient beings, and we should kind of expand the focus to all sentient beings because they all are worthy of love and compassion.
대다 먼저 마장위기 세워디 마기길이었어레스 말 마기길라 풀지위 세워디 따지 마장위기 세워디 세워 체슈디 마기길이었어레스로 다 장비기 세워디 잔주sem버 수길이 용거라서 장비기 세워 슈치슈디 잔주sem비길이 용거래 페나 니 조조여라 니 조조 그 부지기라 그가 라다 이전서 가족이 잠재시에 되어 있느냐 온니기 파마까진 친구를 해야지 파마 맞이나 하고서 말했어 그 부지기라 아니 그 신설거서라 온네 파마가 부글 세워도 믹스지를 했었어 디 온네 인사했어
And I personally feel that the mother's love and compassion towards her child is really unconditional and somehow kind of uncultivated, or rather unconditional and kind of spontaneous. And then there are love and compassion that is cultivated due to training. And the bodhisattvas and other highly realized beings, they have kind of, cultivated that love and compassion over time. So for instance, my brother, once he had a son, then he told me that, you people could talk many things about love and compassion towards your child, but until and unless you become parents yourself, you cannot really tell that from your own experience, the strength of love and compassion towards your own child.
다들 딘자 다 준센 쪼디란다 다 대원대버 동금문대버 총미실세 디동 상다레스 아니 다 대원들라 동할 문등인치라 즉 수수라 젤람 칸르지 여자로 매자로 디 거기 랑신 대원대버도 동금문대버레 디 랑시레 딩우여 네소레 디즈 텔라 그 동하드는 찌마로 냠비 로디 기여버지랜다스라 딜로디 게 마트와이나 더 소수초네 남주고 만당주 소리지 무여 네슬래야 따투고 매비기 아니 견질레기도 하서라 또 삼로타니 아니 비기 대원 될 동안 문제비기 소차 간다졌나 텔이야 아니 그런 거랑신도 팀비기 로직 게토야 탑시 제거하디 먼저 미기다 아니 겐트 소리지 삼로탄 신인지 제바치 신인지기 무연네수 가리임에 삼로탄 통인지기 겐트 소리지 해된도 하서라
And as we discussed earlier, the primary reason behind the cultivation of love and compassion towards all sentient beings is that we all want happiness and we all do not want suffering. So this is the basic kind of fundamental truth behind why we should include entire sentient being in the focus of our love and compassion. And then to all of us who have the faculty of intelligence, who have the faculty of reasoning, who have the faculty of understanding towards the fundamental right of all sentient beings as wanting happiness and to not want suffering, it is our kind of responsibility to not only understand that fact that we all sentient beings want happiness and do not want suffering, but it's also our kind of responsibility to implement that ideal into our life and kind of translate that idea into our life.
디글로드 깨와나 무스 대마타도 술 펜토르스나 소소라니레 펜토고요레스 딩고요지 소소라니레 펜토고레스 베나 케라 콩트로 슈크착보 사데사기 미델라 콩트로 사운디 대마타도 케라 마기바친 데고다스라 수수동 남귤 로드엘라 소바 다지 미카시던 제주 망부쇼치라 제주 수요바는 제주 참아 trou가 단샤다 콘도 디라 디디 콘도 내지진 콘도 디야 대마타도 시도 그랬어 슈총 그랬어라 비기 수수 콘도 사데서 디야 코 대원대보다 동안문대보다 가란데 찍버라다 코라 비기 다지 동안도 마정으로 지나삼 로직이 두바이나 대마타도 계란을 팽그랬더라 무스 팽그랬더라
And then if we could cultivate love and compassion in our mind, it would immediately benefit ourselves. The immediate kind of recipient of that kind of cultivation of the mind is ourselves. We would be immediately benefited from cultivating love and compassion. For instance, if we get angry towards someone, to some other beings whom we dislike, that anger would immediately disturb our own mind. It would create turbulence. It would destroy the peace of our mind. And then not only that, sometimes people tend to kind of put a lot of cosmetics and makeup to look good. But as soon as you get angry, and as soon as you frown, it would destroy the entire makeup. So, so if we could maintain kind of peace of mind, it would immediately benefit ourselves.
그래서 딘디기다 자위기다 지 인지 정당기 땡사보다熊全部的送有的是了，但顶上最写的呢，但个就是感觉到的用嘛嘛，딘디 상당히 레셔스 간지 무슨 인지 공부이나 파쇼 말이야 동아다 잔두기 somebody 소수기 투바나 소소는 무슨 가르평도스 파쇼 말 간지 동아다 잔의 치마로냐마도 대원되는 치마로냐마 로트게 사비 게마 타도 소소를 대화티 거레스 그래도 완전 대자 숙침불에는 소소 기부요 말에 콘트로 숙침불에는 대마 타도 콘트로 사사가 유일들라 네 도야 니바 요 말았어 맨날 다지 아니 롱바 샹다 샹을 데딩이 메디들이야 콘트로 사딩이 들려서 오면은 로 베나 아니 납주 주지 야콘 시상이 메디들이야 맞아 콘트로 사데딩 망부 용거라서 베나 자나 그거지 말서 돈다는 나도 배워 망부 콘트로 사고 코신 베네 되게 잘게 계살되네야 콘트로 사운디 콘트로 상에 난소 마기와 첸데지 마도 콜레네샤에 계기만 더스러 진짜 콘트로 님이 삼 아니 장바드 제비기 아니 기로디 페이드 뒤딱도 라 가드이나 지 아니 소소피길 된 딘디 삼데 땅투바이나 아니 잠지 로세디 덴데 랑기 줄에 기에요 버시 차기어레스
So therefore, if you could cultivate love and compassion in our mind, as we discussed earlier, it would immediately benefit ourselves. If we get angry, or if we harbor hatred towards a particular person, then it somehow can't give us guarantee that that anger or that hatred could harm others. But if we get angry or if we harbor hatred and kind of harbor such destructive thought, it would immediately disturb our own peace of mind, and we lost our own peace of mind. And then, for instance, sometimes people tend to get angry to somebody who live quite far away from you. Then in such cases, your anger could not hurt others, but it will definitely destroy your own peace of mind. And then sometimes people also tend to get angry to someone who has passed away a long time ago. For instance, many Tibetan people are quite, not very happy about Chinese leader Mao Zedong. He has already gone; he's dead long time ago. But still, if we kind of get angry towards that person who has already passed away quite long time ago, that anger could not hurt him, but that anger, harboring such destructive thought, could definitely destroy our own peace of mind. So therefore, the most kind of important thing to reflect upon the importance of cultivating such mind is really to try to relate this in our own life. There are many explanations about cultivation of such mind in great treatises. We do not have the kind of time to discuss all of it, but if you could try to reflect in this manner relevance in our own experience, then definitely it could kind of somehow give us a point of its importance.
던돌드는 아주 메세디 기우진 계획은 되버리 참을 열어서 기부세디 가르스는 semba 기부들에도 야자 야담부터 semba 기부여는 기부여봐 semba 기부면은 semba 가르여봐네요 기부매봐 딩아주 탁주 두번더지 녜삼나레샤스 semba 간드지여봐네요 걔는 차게 간드지여봐네 기부 semba 기부면은 캄바 비기 벤주 가르여바나 기부여 말했다. 그러 하장 캄바 약보 대사 약보 튕긴 사야 통야 용수 저거는 디끼를 빼대는 소소스랑 시켜야 년가 열어서 셈바 기부면은 셈바 기부여바나 신동지월 대대바이냐 셰탄 대대 레어여 딘로즈 레더스 오늘 셈바 기마 기드레스 간지
So here, the fundamental question is that we all want a happy life. And then when we talk about happy life, what do we mean by happy life? So if happiness or the state, happy life is a lot to do with our own state of mind. If you have a very kind of happy state of mind, then our life becomes happy. And then if you're not mentally happy, then regardless of the facilities that you have, even if you are very affluent, even if you are very rich, even if you live in a mansion, if you are mentally not happy, then probably you won't enjoy your life. On the other hand, if you are mentally happy, contented, even if you live under a tree, you could live a very happy life, singing and have a very kind of a joyful life. So therefore, what we can say is that happiness is a state of mind. And if you are mentally happy, our life will become happy. And if you are not mentally happy, then regardless of the external facilities, our life will not become happy.
그래서 셈바 기부 조디 단지시에 대해 잠재 세드레스 그디 톨이야 베나 더 넘버 3기와 로지나 군조숨라에 이치치거라서 군조숨라에 이치로 가주 슈신부 예비rinla 소스 기부여레스 군조가 깨고래 군조가 람데 용거리 군조라 잡아 견당아 징 디그로리 삼비기 이체디 여바이나 미디 기부여레스 라 간중 무스 비길이야 아니 가르라나 마라나 셈바 기부용거레스 미션라야 토볼에 이치치 남을 이치치는 지만나 그런 기부여레스 로디부여레스 아니 지금 미션기 가주 도도기 만줄라 미상물로야 견다 연대니까 여르마도 견 바시인댕이지 시기요 말했어 간지 요 말했어 연된 바시 여댕이지 메시버로지래도 하더라 진짜 연된 그 차니 가주 그 연된 그 존 som당도 왜나 아니 연된 삼비 로디 그 비기 잠재다 타니 로지래야 된다 디여나 소수 셈바기 우차야 견 따위 로디 지당은 좀 미생이 견따 초그래 소수라 소수 가르섬당 소수 랑월되네 견 때바는 캐라마기 외차 그랬어 걔는 남을 견 때바는 걔는 남을 만참을 차도 그랬어 조벌을 견 때바는 걔 조벌라도 그랬어 밤을 견 때바는 걔 기부용 말했어 두신지 아니 셈바 기부 셈바디 아니 간스 장고 두신 줘봐나 셈바 기부 세야지 간이 나라야지 인디세던도 왔어라
So the happiness, or rather the happy state of mind, is related with love and compassion. For instance, for those who are practicing Buddhist, we all have kind of we all go refuge to Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. And then if you have kind of strong faith, or rather strong devotion towards Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, that devotion could also kind of uplift our own mental well-being. And similarly, if you have trust towards your friends, towards your family, towards your colleagues, that trust could also uplift our mental state. And on the other hand, if we have kind of, if we have kind of mistrust, lack of trust towards your colleagues, towards your family. This could also destroy the peace of mind. And usually in our life, everybody has kind of both good qualities and shortcomings, and no one is definitely free of faults, or nobody is totally free of shortcomings. But when we kind of engage with others, if we could do so by focusing more on the side of the quality rather than focusing on the shortcomings of others, it could definitely change our own perception of others. And by changing that perception towards others, this could also change our state of mind and to make us kind of happier. For instance, if we focus mainly on the shortcomings of others, if you focus only on the shortcomings of your family, shortcomings of your friends, shortcomings of your parents, and so forth, you definitely find some fault and shortcomings, and that could definitely destroy the kind of relationship, and ultimately it could, you could lose your happiness, or the, your kind of happy state of mind. But instead of focusing only on the shortcoming, if you could focus more on the kind of positive side, it could also lead your perception towards a more positive side. And then because of that, it could we could have a much more happier relationship with our parents, with our friends, and ultimately we would have a much happier life.
And then the twenty-badero, Muyo Nitsu Kares lady, Nanzu Metsenama Kang Yobati, Gubiranjin changes. Ratsikshan la Minshan la Metaba sector, Metaba set it is. Nanzulaya the Gunner Longe Pashani, Nanzulaya Lunga Yixum Yoras. Nanzul Lunga Yixum there, Gubiranjin changes. Kibani chin tanda patu gyungyu bachin dori mato mangyu bachin sekin chik deyo marawasra gyudo gores tanda tseri bazu shedan la ani kare longari chik nanglo la ya zugbu gi pi chashi yonsu zoba di jebu yawdor sedo ra dindri ra.
And now we will discuss about the second question regarding grief, how to deal with grief and loss. And here, it's important to reflect about the concept of impermanence, which means that everything is subject to change, and everything is not only subject to change, but are in fact constantly changing. Not only our material possessions, our wealth, the things that we possess, not only they are subject to change, but our own body, speech, and mind that we think they are inherently ours are also subject to change. So therefore, not from scientific point of view, they explain that our body is constantly evolving and undergoing a process of change at a very kind of microscopic level. And over a period of time, our entire cells in the body are totally kind of new, they are evolved. So everything is constantly evolving and everything is constantly undergoing a process of change and transformation.
Tadi pigi nilures, nguyo nesu teres, gyu rangshin chendi imbadi. Then nguyo nesu ten tombajik, samlo tang matu bayana. Ani pigi nguyo nesu ten tombajik samlo tang matu di, rangi sem dang nguyo nesu nimbodi, donka gyawe soro chagado asara. Gyagri showe soro chagado. Ani sembadile ngamra kiyat. Ti yungu yosara yasara.
So here, when we say everything is constantly changing, that is not only a concept, but that is a fact. And then if we if we could not think in accordance with the fact, then our thinking somehow tend to contradict with the fact, and then it could lead to disappointment and so on and so forth. So therefore, it is crucial to be able to think in accordance with the fact, which could ultimately minimize a kind of a tension and a contradiction between our mind and the fact.
Terdiza nganzu gyundeng semnalo la ya pi kari yobati ku gyun dogre sambe kun gyuwe ranshin je yimbadi ani semla ta shagu gasare gyundeng samlo chitang tu bayna ani gyuwa pigi ta gyuwa rakpa shuk chimbo tewandi ani sembala ngamra maki wadi gyasa gyatama yungu yosare himanto chi dindila ya pe ani karsa dangan ken chago dindri chawandi pe semde mayong yage misegi chi meng soroji ro zero yaji da sayak yamaras kala kawras gyundeng ro samlo chi duje tamje medawa imbadi nguyo nesu di gyundeng yang de samdang tuwaina de denden pengo sares.
So here, the most important thing is again to think in accordance with reality, in accordance with the fact. Everything is, subject to change, and everything is undergoing a process of change and transformation. This is a fact. This is a reality. And then, if we are mentally prepared, or if we are rather familiar with the fact that everything is subject to change and everything is undergoing a process of change, then when something happens, then somehow we are mentally prepared. We are mentally ready that things may change or things are changing. But on the other hand, if we think that if you're not kind of mentally prepared, or if we totally lack that idea that everything is subject to change or may, or changing, then when we encounter a loss, it may kind of, make us very it may disturb our own peace of mind. So here, the most important thing to deal with loss and grief is really to try to think in accordance with the reality. Otherwise, there is kind of, we can't expect a kind of a pill that could immediately, heal the grief.
The number sanji shown di keja di kechimbu shu zigors ta uni pe nanju ching di kechimbu shu zigors medabi dushi di pe kechimbu zigors ro medabi dushi jiga bana shu jig pe gache tayagi lo de leg mari duya gi lo de leg mari susu sem de pe kenyimbu tanyam de la ya hajang gi pendo yobaji zigores ro.
So therefore, the understanding of impermanence is considered a very important topic in Buddhism. If you have an understanding of impermanence, then this would somehow maintain a balance in our mind. It would not make us very excited about something that we achieve, but then also, it would also, does not make us very sad when we encounter a tragic incident or situation. So therefore, the understanding of impermanence will make us kind of grounded, or rather make us very balanced in our life.
Terda medabi samlo diabana ko kangal penara chi koyugla samdanro nganzu chi pe nganzu mig tongdeagi yujong tola samdangwana logic na gyosh rodasra ko tagba tembochin degmudasra denanshin gi sozu lu ton samdangwana ani tagba tembochin zaun dego mars nganzu lorgyu ton samdangwana ko gyungyu bachin royajimodo yomarwasra tinza dir samdangdi rangi metsedi 뒤엔 튼동지마도 매바디 하쿠투그레스 다 뒤윤 tun동디 낭로라 마기베 짠짠시 대긴데 캬니 기부진 대긴세 저들레 저거도 하더라. 그래 뒤윤 tun동디 낭로라 기부진데 사상지 투바이나 사상데 뒤윤 림부 쇼지 대게 매와서라. 레벨이야 기부진데 삼라 야기 삼로 덴데 연구였어레스. 디다 뱅거다. 샘라 뱅거다.
So there are, in fact, many ways to reflect about impermanence. If we look at the external environment, we could see many changes. We could witness changes that are happening in the external environment, and not only that, our own body also undergoes constant change and transformation. We can see that over time, and so since everything is changing quite rapidly, including our life, and then that makes us kind of think that our life is constantly changing and it's very uncertain, and then it could be a very short life. Then in this kind of particular time, are you willing to lead a happy life, or are you willing to lead a very unhappy life? So it's the decision is up to the individual. So therefore, if you have that kind of understanding, then if we think that our life is uncertain, then definitely we will make a conscious decision to lead a very happy life. Even if we think in terms of a married life or spending time with a couple, we could immediately think that we would immediately make the decision to make a happy life in this relationship as well. So, are there any other questions?
I just wanted to know, as part of my practice, doing the Yamataka and Hayagriva sadhanas morning, daily, are protective prayers to be done daily as well? If you could just let me know, because I'm trying to do them daily if I can.
Could you kindly repeat the question one more time?
Yeah, currently part of my practice is doing the Yamataka sadhana daily and Hayagriva daily. I'm also looking at the protective prayers, and I was just wondering, do they need to be done daily, not Yamataka and Hayagriva, but the other protection prayers?
Okay. tanda tiwati tirishika Quran ninta tanda jikche da tamjingi dangju mari satana sidi daki sigmenda di dindugis, and di nalola tanda pechin the protection prayer sidi kanso da tewara chakmenda ta tiri damba chisar sungmai kiti di inchi michi yang jikche da tamjingi di chikuyo ina yang shenpa kiti jorna digi ina sidi itar.
Tajadang pena yedam doji jingshi ki ani chugi chusong zhaw di ani ngombo chugi alhamu sum di miksi ki chusong di chagi yores. Ani kyarangi di chig chagi yoros, ra?
So as far as the practice of Yamantaka is concerned, the main protective deities are the Sanskrit giming the Temason, Gombo, Cheket, and Mahakali. So they are the main protective deities of Yamantaka.
Teni danda ngomang tola samdang wena. Yidam doji jikshi slaundi, yidam doji jikshi de pi chaktu chubi lajilaya chagores. Chubi ki shiro di karesana shirab ro. Da re da chik sangi ki tukyu ki shirab joros. Shirab di tsu lala sharundi, ani shivi nambi toni lala shavatan, chakbi nambi toni lala shava. Ringmangbu yungu yores. Yidam dojin jikshi di shirab di chakbi nambalaya lala shajabi. Yidam jitsigores.
So usually when we talk about the deity practice, particularly the Yamantaka deity practice, these deities are considered, or rather are kind of physical manifestation of an enlightened mind. When the enlightened mind is manifested in a form, they could assume either in a wrathful form or either manifest in a kind of a very peaceful form. So here the Yamantaka is a manifestation of wisdom, kind of manifestation of the enlightened wisdom.
Then yidam tamlin di ninji sangi tuyu tsewa ninji chenpo di tsuta yidam ka nambala chensha bachi. Dindachi redo asra.
And then Hayagriva is the manifestation of the enlightened compassion.
Tinza da kanji dor dina kerangi doji jishe dan ani yidam tamlin ki nyamlen di tsu do tsu jiba ina ani tabshi ni ki nyamlen sherab dan ani ninji ki nyamlen di chego asra. Da di ki song gyabdo di pena nganzu tabshi ni gongwan di tabda sherab songre chino gomgorsi lagorasra. Sherab tongpa ni tobi sherab kyangpa gomba ina peki nyumumada shishidaba tamjilo shom tuku mares. Chok tab gogres, tab chanju sem. Chanju sem gitsawa di ninji imbas. Tinza peki yidam doji jikshi ki dagye da nyamdo yidam tamjin ki dagye diyon toba ina da yagbu shore do asra. Da digi songyab di jedin di tsewa ninji chambo inza ani songmin ani mahakala ani ninji chambo songmin nambala chendeba di mahakala zigores. Tinza mahakali ki teba di diyon toba ina da dili lagaji ani songma soyasi ngarang namgi ditsogi yo mares. Du chene zo di kerangi pigi dagye karing nunguyo bayna ya gomya zo di ninji shila shabi chanju samda tongmani tobi sherab di zo chiku kores.
So here the practice of Yamantaka and Hayagriva is essentially the practice of wisdom and method. The practice of Yamantaka is often associated with the wisdom, associated with method or compassion, and the practice of Hayagriva, the practice of Yamantaka is associated with the method, and the practice of Hayagriva is associated with the wisdom. And then whenever we do a practice, we should always try to kind of incorporate the understanding of wisdom and method in our sadhana practice. And when we talk about method, obviously it means compassion, and the root of compassion is the bodhicitta. Bodhicitta and compassion are somehow related with the method aspect. And then on the other hand, we have the wisdom aspect. And then in our sadhana practice of Yamataka and Hayagriva, basically you are practicing practicing the wisdom and the method, or the wisdom and the bodhicitta or great compassion. And then in that sadhana practice, then if you could also include the recitation of Mahakali Priya, who is considered as the who is considered as the wrathful manifestation of great compassion, then your practice will become a very kind of holistic and complete. So therefore, I personally feel that in the sadhana practice of Yamantaka and Hayagriva, if you could also include the prayer of Mahakali, then it would somehow make it complete, and is essentially the most important thing in the sadhana practice, of course, to focus the cultivation of wisdom and method.
냠드 마네데스 사 닌지데스 곰트나타 타딜라요 말스 치치야.
And then on top of that, if you could also recite, a 6-syllable mantra of Om Mani Padme Hum, and then cultivate compassion, then there is no greater practice than that.
도시나 딩가스 샤오라. 도시.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So final repair on page 12 or on the screen here. For my 2 types of merits, vast space that I've amassed from working with effort at this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds' wisdom eye is blind by ignorance. Even if I do not reach this state, may I be held in your loving compassion for all lives, Manjushri. May I find the best of complete graded paths of the teachings. May I please all the Buddhas by my practice. Using skillful means drawn by the strong force of compassion, may I clear the darkness in the minds of all beings. With the points of the path as I have discerned them, may I uphold the Buddha's teachings for a very long time. With my heart going out with great compassion, in whatever direction the most precious teachings have not yet spread, or once spread have declined, may I reveal this treasure of happiness and aid. May the minds of those who wish for liberation be granted bounteous peace, and may the Buddha's deeds be nourished for a long time. By even this graded path to enlightenment, complete due to the wondrous virtuous conduct of the Buddhas and their sons, may all human and non-human beings who eliminate adversity and create conducive conditions for practicing the excellent paths never be parted in any of their lives from the purest path praised by all the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes effort to act in accordance with the tenfold Mahayana virtuous practices, may it always be assisted by the mighty ones. May the oceans of prosperity spread everywhere. Janchu Senchor Rinpoche Mage Panam Kegyoche Kelpanyam Pa Me Payam Gone Gondu Pelwasho.
1 minute. Good.
Let's
저 단단한 저 그저 좀더러 뭐지 게투 가지 오스트레일리아 되기도 가징아
Yes, sir.
데리콘스 델라 단단델레 페소라
Yes, sir.
이 저로 캐란소 델레 페와티 페마세오 가우총송스
So here, Geshe would like to express his deep appreciation and welcome to the students of Tromso Rinpoche for visiting this center.
좀 게투
To the students of Rinpoche.
근데 단단한 델레 계규리어 완성해 까마카시 배주체 저치스라 나 지로치 동국에 can come here please. nga chilo chik dong gubye je kyabden lola an jagal le yins ra ani 1 minute tudi nga jagal le di nga kaya mes purba chimbu moj ke ma da shimbu kaya mes and dini song lo chudu ring la ya nga thomdo rom chege koran punang jin chin se ba res ra tandangan del yon ngi chi nan chu ngo tre che ta chi zinda thik tu ya gi ani chi cha ke yon su zo ba di ani rum chi ngal nang sha ju chi res
So Geshe was first reached India in 1987, and then when he first reached India, he did not have kind of anything with him except a big kind of mug. When he first reached India, he did not have any facility. But since then, Rinpoche has kind of provided all the necessary facilities for his studies, and then kind of really met him who is today, who is able to give teaching. So all this are happened due to the kindness of Rinpoche.
keran zo meze de na la ya rum chi ta o gi ani sawi lama raya di ngon ni thani sonam chimbu res
So I think all of you are very fortunate to have met such a precious teacher, and whom you have met Rinpoche as your root guru.
thank you
Thank you.